college football and NFL insider because she actually knows what happens in those private, secret meetings, right?
I like to think so.
It is. Okay, so this year, I think, who'd you have the most fun with this year?
Got to be Arthur Smith. I made so much fun of Arthur Smith this year. And now he's Steelers, so I can continue that to make fun of him. He made it so easy because he does the opposite of what you think a normal person should do. And that's what you could count on him for. And it was great content. And I was actually really sad when they fired him because that was the majority of my Falcons content was Arthur Smith.
I don't like either team.
Okay.
But as a Packers fan, and I pose this question to Packers fans out there, it pains me to root for the 49ers, but the Chiefs, they're at 3 Super Bowls. We have 4. Do we want them tied with us? I mean, Mahomes already has passed Aaron Rodgers. Like, we don't have to worry about. Not that I don't even know if we worry about Aaron Rodgers anymore. But I think I have to go 49ers on this one, just to prevent another dynasty in football. We just finished with the Patriots. I don't want to deal with the Chiefs again. I just think for the sanity of America, I'm going to take one for the team, and I'm going 49ers.
Who do you think has a big game? You think it's a Debo game? Is it a CMC game? Do you think Kelsey, even though they lose, has a big game?
This was my pick of the week for a bet. Travis Kelsey has scored 3 or more touchdowns in every playoff game since 2019.
Wow.
It's plus 550 for him to score 2 touchdowns this game, 2 or more touchdowns. I think he's going to go off. Also, he's like we talked to him on opening night, and he's like, this energy is immaculate, and he's talking about, Taylor Swift and the Grammy, and he's like on cloud 9 right now. So I expect a big game out of Travis Kelsey. Not too big, because we want the 49ers.
Well, we could not have scripted this any better. The playoffs this year will be reuniting some old friends. The Packers and Mike McCarthy, the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill, the Lions and Matthew Stafford, and the Jags and their couch. Okay, let's start with these Saturday games. Ravens-Steelers. Mike Tomlin now has 17 consecutive non-losing seasons. Matt Eberflus, that's when someone has more wins than losses. The Ravens...
So what's the consensus? What are you hearing?
It's so weird because it doesn't feel like the 49ers are favored at all. And I don't think it's a case where the Chiefs have like this chip on their shoulder that they're the underdog. They don't see themselves as the underdog, I don't think. And I think all of America doesn't either, especially people here. There's a guy walking around with a sparkly Chiefs red jacket on. It says something about Taylor Swift on the back. Like, Chiefs fans are dominating this. From the fan experience as well, I've seen probably 10-1 Chiefs fans compared to 49ers fans. So, and I know they're heavily here because they booed Travis Kelsey at opening night. So 49ers fans are here, don't get me wrong, but I feel the Chiefs presence a lot stronger. So 49ers fans got to step it up.
On behalf of Drake May, we have Annie Agar. She is representing him. And on the defense of Merrill Hodge, we have the highly respected Joshua Perry. Annie, go ahead. Okay. You may present your opening remark.
Here is just a quick question. I just want to know if this is the same Merrill that thought Brian Brown was going to be better than Aaron Rodgers, that let me go down the list, that thought Lamar wouldn't fit in that system, that thought Jacob Eason was going to be better than Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, and Jordan Love, and who, this is the most defaming thing I've ever heard, thought that Kenny Pickett could win a Super Bowl. I just want to know if that's the same man. If it is, then that's my opening argument.
I'd just like to start off by saying congratulations to everyone on a great season, except for the Panthers. This was a tough one. We all thought the 49ers were the better team, but for the 3rd time, they were exposed more than Kanye's wife. Also, I would like to thank the Raiders for hosting. It was very appreciated. You guys are welcome anytime. The Chiefs have now won a playoff game in Las Vegas before the Raiders. Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid have more wins at Allegiant Stadium than any head coach and quarterback from the Raiders.
But I think at the end of the day, I want the 49ers. I really, as painful as it is, see Brock Purdy do well finally and win a Super Bowl would be really cool. It's an underdog story. America loves underdog stories, but for some reason, they see the Brock Purdy story and they're like, no, not this one.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
I don't know. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant, this young kid playing in a Super Bowl, unheard of. We should all be celebrating it, but is it because he's surrounded by all, that's the storyline of the year. Give me a little feel of Radio Row. This is our third day here?
Yeah, I don't know what day it is. I was telling somebody earlier, you going to New Heights party? That's tomorrow. It's tonight. I'm like, I don't know what day it is, so.
It's fun. That explains exactly actually what the vibe is here. It's a mess. This is my favorite one because I like to make fun of kickers. Jake Moody, and I like to make fun of Michigan players, so it's like the best of both worlds. Jake Moody, over under 1.5 field goals. I will tell you the over is plus odds. That's not good.
A little over. I think, you be a little more conservative in the Super Bowl. I don't think we're going to have any Dan Campbells out here.
And she is out on Radio Row right now. Annie, good to see you. How's it going?
Good to see you guys. As you could see from that video, the excitement is just ramping up every day. Every day, more and more craziness happens. I can't believe it, but it is Vegas, so I should believe it.
All right. Well, we saw that you had a chance to catch up with Chris Long. This is a guy that has a lot of experience in the Super Bowl. He's won 2 of them. So, what sort of insight did he tell you?
Well, I'm asking these guys a lot about their prop bets and kind of what their feel is for the game. Everybody is on the Chiefs, I got to say. I don't think I've talked to one person that's been heavily on the 49ers. Not even they want the Chiefs to win, but they're just feeling it from, the guys that they've talked to, and they do talk to a lot of them. Like you said, Chris, I was talking to him. He said this is just a big reunion for all the players. You see these guys, and they're a little bit more relaxed than they are when they're in season. So I think this is the most they'd be honest about who they think is going to win the Super Bowl, and they've had the chance to talk to these guys. So if you're feeling the Chiefs, these guys are here. So I would lean heavily into that for sure.